Not really. I mean, from the very start of this fight, he seemed to hate me more, and that's what I wanted, a big puncher to hate you. The more you wind them up, the more they want to put more power in to knock you out. And it worked. Even when I got in the ring, I was talking to him when the announcer were calling our names out. I was looking at him and talking to him, and he must have thought his own, and he's still not shut up. Then I walked over to his corner and he pushed me. When he pushed me, I just knew his head was gone. I knew I'd set out what I wanted to do. You know, every professional fighter, I tell you, when you're going in looking for that knockout, constantly looking, he just wanted to hit me with that. He didn't even want to throw 2 or 3 at me. He didn't like me that much. I rattled him that much. He just wanted to hit me with one bigger. And time we looked round, he was 7, 8 rounds down, and the game was over for him. But that's a fighter now. That is classed as one of the best in the world. I think certainly in the top 4. And I've had our sparring sessions done.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So, you know what I mean. And even in camp there, even in camp, getting ready for that, I was getting little niggles. You know what I mean. So, got a little shoulder, a little hand, and I was thinking in my own head, because it's such a big fight, and I was in Canada, I was thinking, oh, I'm hoping I'm going to be alright. Then Dom kept reassuring me every day. Listen, that's nothing. Next day it was nothing. I just wanted to get off from 2 weeks before that fight. I knew I was ready. I just wanted to fight. And obviously the week leading up to the fight, we didn't do no training whatsoever. Just rest up. We did a little media workout, and I just knew that I was perfect, ready to let go of.
Is the way you boxed him the way you boxed Golovkin? Is that the way to beat Golovkin?
I reckon I take some of that in there, but listen, I let Dom has been in against Golovkin, obviously with Cal, so that's down to Dom. So whatever Dom comes up with, what game plan, I'm just there to execute. Because to be fair, the other day, so all we worked on was hitting, slipping off, sliding off, backhand, stepping out, and that was basically the whole fight, wasn't it? Yeah. Basically, that what I did the whole fight was just what we practiced and tactics to do, and it clearly worked. At times I stood there, but just to take a bit of confidence away from him, and yeah. So I would an element of that performance would be coming in the Golovkin fight, even in the Canelo fight, but there would be slight change, I should imagine, in each fight, depending on which opponent.
Question to all 3 of you. What did you make of David Lemieux's post-fight speech?
Listen, he just got embarrassed in front of his own crowd, his own country. So, you know, he gave me a lot of stick on Twitter, and he was saying what he was going to do and what he wasn't going to do. And I told him at the press conference, I don't want to hear any excuses after. And he said it was the bestest camp he's ever had. It's the best he's ever felt. But after the fight, he hurt his hand in the 2nd round, and his hand in the 2nd round, and
his shoulder was hurting.
His shoulder was hurting. But look, he can make what he wants. The world could see what happened. Listen, if it was me standing toe to toe having a punch up, it would have been a different outcome. He wouldn't have been standing there saying, "Oh, my shoulder was hurting." It could have been a real entertaining punch up. Everyone get out broke nose and whatnot else. But I didn't need to do that. I got in there, I beat him every round, and just got out and still kept my title.
To be honest, I think he was speaking in French anyway, but I didn't even listen to it. It's a foregone conclusion, and it was, it didn't matter whether he gives Bill any credit, but probably to save his career or to make him look better, he probably should have said that, I didn't expect what was going to happen, and the best man won the night, and he completely bamboozled me, but I learned from that. But he's almost like a convicted criminal not standing up in court saying, "Yeah, well, I did it, and I can be reformed." If he'd have done that, he'd have probably got more coming back from him. And I've seen an interview or something where he says, I can beat Billy Joe Saunders and I can beat Golovkin and Canelo. This is post-fight, and I just think, well, he's not going to beat anybody, is he? I mean, whether he gets another chance again, whether HBO going to waste the money on him, I don't know. But he should have actually given Bill a bit of credit and said, totally prepared for the wrong type of fight. And his judge did that to be better, because that's more acceptable, that he could get it wrong. But just saying, if my hand had been better, my shoulder had been alright and knocked him out, he wouldn't have, it wouldn't make a difference. Once a massive, if he'd gone in that ring with a gun, he'd probably still want to go over Bill on that performance. So, not too concerned with what he said afterwards. Frank?
Well, if he'd been better off saying he pulled his shoulder hitting out, rather than saying he hurt his hand, he never laid a glove on him, so I don't know how on earth he did that. But it was he was obviously talking in French, and I didn't know until afterwards what he was saying, but I thought he was pretty ungracious. But the crowd are not stupid, they see it, everybody see it. HBO commentary team were raving over Bill's performance. All the writers afterwards in the States, they were saying fantastic. And it was, I think Steve Bunce made a comment, if that had been Floyd Mayweather, everybody was saying how brilliant it was, and that was as good as anything Floyd Mayweather's done. No doubt about that. Great performance.
Did he say anything to you personally, Bill, afterwards?
Not really. He did walk over and said, "Well done, boxed well," when I was in the ring, and that was it really. But then he done that interview after, so he probably took that back away, didn't he? But look, it doesn't matter what he said or what all his team says. My team got it wrong. My team got it right. His team got it completely wrong. Even if they'd have come up with a better game plan than that, I mean, he was just doing the same thing. He tried to change his game plan in the ring. I felt it. He tried, but you know, he just hit more shots. He must have thought in his own head, I'll go back to what I'm doing again. He just kept trying to set me up for the big left down and hook. But he told me, he ruined himself, because he told me at the press conference what he was looking for. He said, I'm going to knock you out of the hook once I've got him wound up. And that was on the phone interview on the press.
Was that when he had his pants on or his pants off?
He had his pants on. Yeah. And so I knew all along that's what that was waiting for. So, but I've had this sort of pressure before about big hookers, big punchers when I boxed Andy Lee, because Andy Lee's a big puncher as well. So I managed to stay clear of him for 12, and Andy Lee's got more range than him. So.
And that Australian in the early days.
And the Australian, yeah, Gerald Fletcher.
Gerald Fletcher, he was coming in, he was an underdog in that fight and absolutely poleaxed him. So, you know, Bill is what he is. He's an Olympian, he's done everything. He's British, Commonwealth, European, world champion, done it the hard way, and done it, and when I say done it the hard way, basically down to himself.
It was interesting to listen to Steve Bunce's podcast the other day, talking about the Olympians from 2008 who survived, and there's only Billy out of the top 10. I think Frankie Gavin was rated number 1 to be a champion, James Gill then Billy. And as we get into 2018, there's only actually Billy out of that.
The heavyweight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the heavyweight, David Price, all those, and Bill was about 20-1, I think, or something like that, whatever it was. But the bottom line is, you know, for me, it was always the standout of that Olympics, British, you know, from the British team, and so it's proved. And now, you know, I mean, it's being disrespected. I think the penny's dropped now. You know, Bill knows what he has to do. He knows the commitment, and as he said himself, which is really important, he fell back in love with boxing. He's got some direction, some, you know, got good training camp. We do our bit outside the ring, and. I think he's going to go out there, and I think next year is going to be a massive year for him. He's finished it on a real high, which has been great for British boxing. And next year he can really establish himself, and I think he can get into that's so-called pound for pound list if he keeps producing performances like that.
I also think it's a big help that being up in Sheffield with the England, that's got lots of alongside Cal Brook. Who's back in action soon. You've got the likes of Keith Galahad, and not only that, then you've got the likes of Atif, you've got Leo, you've got Carl, you've got Lee Wood, and they're not, even though they're not on world championship level at the moment, but they all train like it, and it just wakes you up a little bit when you see the way everybody works like a conveyor belt in there, and it gives you more. It gives you more get up and go. I remember when the first day I went to Dom, I'd done a session, supposed to be in the gym the next day at 7, I didn't get out of bed till about 9:30. I thought, I missed it. I rang him, I said, Dom, I'm sorry, Dom. It doesn't matter, he went, don't worry, he said, that's because of yesterday. He said, you need a rest, see you at 12. And when I went in there, but the work is second to none. And to be honest with you, I've been around boxing all my life. And the element of work we do here is just not hard work, sweat, kill yourself and away you go. There's a fun element to it as well, and he puts it across well. And all the lads, we work together as a team, and that's a big factor, because you know, when you're in training camp, I've been on them before. It's like you're in prison, locked somewhere in Spain on your own, no one around you. But sometimes you need to communicate with people. you know, where you're talking about rubbish most of the time. But it just makes you a bit happier because you're there to do a job, but also everyone's working together. So I'm very, very grateful that obviously I joined the England team.
I think next time we'll do a fly on the wall documentary. You know, the 2 weeks we had in Toronto was pure comedy, weren't it?
Well, there was fights nearly in there. There was Monopoly got smashed up.
Table tennis, pool.
Table tennis. Everybody. But what I like about it as well, why I fit in so well as well, because everybody, including Dom, is competitive. Whatever it is, everybody wants to win. Whether it's table, I smashed the table tennis rackets up because Kelbrook smashed me on it, and I couldn't. I was fuming over it. It's just a good fun. You know, when we bring a lot of fun into it as well. It's just not. Yeah, you've got to enjoy it to. You know, to get your head around things. But I'm truly back in love with it more than ever now, and I didn't think I ever would. But I'm watching. I even watch boxing again now, and before I couldn't even bother to watch a fight unless it was in my way, and I'll have a little look. Then that'd be about it. So I'm going to buy Box Nation now.